Show.
This is the Sports Show.
I am Brian DiNatale.
And I'm Cujo.
And man, welcome into the first official launch of Not Another Sports Show.
We appreciate all of you that have been through the building, the first few episodes, hammering out the kinks, the college, the NFL, but now it's going to be a little bit different.
It's time to bring a few of you guys onto the show, and we have a few lined up for us this show to hear your guys' picks, your takes, what you guys want to hear, and we hope to hear a lot more of that going forward as well. We want to do a little something different this show.
Yeah, so, college football, pro football, you have to go from college to the pros, so why not just combine the shows for this week?
Yeah, we just want to give you guys a little taste, some of the people that are watching the NFL show, show you a little of the fun segments that we've been doing on the college show. Maybe just kind of combine them just for this week to see how people like it, to see, give you guys a little taste of both medicines there.
Exactly. I mean, the more people that get interactive, the more swag we can get out. We got mugs.
Yeah, I mean,
got the lids.
There's a few things we've got.
We got some more stuff coming around,
So, I mean, right now it's we're in week 6 of college, week 5 of the NFL already.
And week 1 of a new era of Not Another Sports Show.
Man, it is exciting times out
Let's
here.
hop in.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess if we want to start, but, this is a new format. We're doing 2 different games of the week, but we had a couple big games. I guess, what do you want to start with?
We'll start on the college side.
Yeah.
It starts with Saturday.
Well,
it actually started on Friday.
Hey, really? The Friday game was
a big one.
It was something. It was definitely something.
It was great, right?
Yeah, I mean, it ended. We had a Miami versus Virginia Tech for you NFL people out there. I mean, it was
great.
Was something to see. College gives you a lot more heart attacks and problems than
if you don't pay attention to college that much, Miami has been soaring. Cam Ward, Heisman frontrunner versus Virginia Tech, fading team that had high expectations coming into the game. 2 teams going polar opposite directions.
Yeah,
looked like they flipped around.
Well,
Miami went backwards. Virginia Tech ascended.
We talked about it coming into this week, and we said, oh yeah, Miami's just gonna stomp all over them, and it came down to a last-second play.
Nice little Hail Mary incompletion, right?
Yeah. For you guys who didn't watch it, basically Virginia Tech or Miami's throwing for well, you break down the play. It was
all right. So Miami's up, Hail Mary at the end. Virginia Tech launches it, comes down with it, ruled touchdown.
Oh,
goes to the replay monitor.
Yeah.
Overturned.
Oh, apparently, no, they said it was enough visual evidence that
it was terrible. I mean, honestly, I don't think it was caught to begin with. I really don't. But to say there was enough evidence to overturn that is a joke.
It was a joke.
There's no way. I mean, I had Miami money line as part of a parlay, so I'm not upset. But
it worked out in your favor. I was honestly rooting for Virginia Tech to win that.
Yeah,
game.
we were actually here live too. We were working on some logos, some social media, and it was great for Cam Ward's Heisman candidacy.
Yeah,
he needed that. That loss would have hurt.
Which, speaking of Heisman candidates, you also had Curtis's Cujo's. His was Jackson Dart going into the season for his Heisman campaign, and it's a rough week.
Jackson Dart and Ole Miss fall at home to Kentucky 20-17 thanks to 40 minutes of possession by Kentucky and a lot of undisciplined play by Ole Miss. It was very unfortunate. Good. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Ole Miss now? You were real high on them.
I think they're going to have to win convincingly the rest of the way out. They can still they have a path forward, but they're going to have to play a lot better than what they just did.
Yeah. To be, frank, I wasn't always the biggest on this Ole Miss season, and I'm not big on, possibly the Jackson Dart, and their coaching staff. I've been vocal about this in the past.
Right.
It's starting to be a little bit true. I don't know. We're hearing things here and there, but once again, Kentucky is a great team, and they proved it against Georgia, which, speaking of Georgia, the probably game of the year, one of the games of the year at least, Georgia, Alabama. I'm sure some of you guys, even if you're just an NFL fan, you probably saw a little bit of this game or at least heard about it.
The good thing was a couple people in the chat asked, what side I was on. I gave out Alabama.
Oh.
It was a great pick. It looked really, really good first half. Got a little dicey. Little dicey. But I mean, this Ryan Williams kid, freaking 17-year-old,
Yeah.
freaking Randy Moss out there.
I mean,
That was like a Madden play, man.
I mean, my question is Carson Beck for Georgia? Is he even that good? Like, he had some Heisman talk at the beginning of the year. Is he even good? Like,
I think Jalen Milroe's better.
Oh, I mean, do we see? All right, so if we see this right now, like right now it's Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe, Carson Beck's kind of out of it. But like, if you're talking about Heisman race, who do you think we're looking at right now?
Right now, I think Milroe looks the best. He looks the part. 374, 2 touchdowns passing, rushing for 117, 2 touchdowns there. Those are like Lamar Jackson, like college numbers. Those things are crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just looks way better in the system. Like last year, we're like, shit, what is he? Is he just a running quarterback? No, it turns out he can spin it out there.
Yeah.
He's been throwing it all year. Obviously, having a generational talent in Ryan Williams. I mean, I think we can call him generational, right?
I would say so.
He's 17 and arguably
might be
a top 3.
Early. Might be a little early.
I don't know. I mean, how
but
many 17-year-olds are playing at the SEC and torching defenses left and
That
right?
is true.
So, I mean, I liked what I saw from Milroe. Liked what I saw really from Alabama. I definitely have lost confidence in Georgia.
Yeah.
These are back-to-back shaky games.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said about Carson Beck. I mean, you got 3 interceptions in the first half, and he might just be a better leader than he is a football player. I like.
Is he a game manager? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't even think he's a game manager per se. I think he's just he knows how to lead his football team. He's kind of got that model swag, I would say. He like more. Maybe he should just be like. On the cover
like
of like
Calvin
GQ.
Klein.
Yeah,
Like,
I think he's more of like a Calvin Klein kind of guy than he is a football player.
wow.
But that might just be a hot take. I don't know.
I mean, those were phenomenal games.
Yeah. So I mean, if there's probably the top 3 games this week. I mean, there was definitely some other ones that.
Yeah, I mean, there were some other ranked matchups where if you guys cared, Penn State took care of Illinois. That hits close to home, obviously, Illinois. Notre Dame took care of Louisville. Kansas State beat the shit out of Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Ollie Gordon's career is over thanks to this guy.
That's my bad, guys. I picked him as my Heisman, and he's been absolute trash all year.
And for those of you who are watching that normally don't watch college football, but you do play fantasy football and you're looking in a dynasty league, the guy to keep eyes on,
yes,
running back, Boise State, Ashton Gente.
He is the truth. He is absolutely.
Ashton Gente had 259 yards this week, 4 touchdowns. That is just a microcosm of what he has done all year. Dude is averaging over 10 yards a carry. Should be a top Heisman candidate. Won't be just because it's Boise State and their competition's not there. That does not take anything away from how special this kid really is.
And top fantasy pick next year is what they're here to.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where you guys want to see where it's going to come full circle, and that's how these shows kind of intertwine. Because now we can give you a little insight for dynasty purposes.
We're just we're just working our way through this.
We're blowing some of our own coverage in leagues because now we're showing our hand a little bit, but we'll do it for the clout. It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's all good. So I mean, those are the big college matchups for the week. I guess we could move on to some of those.
I mean, we kind of had like a Bama type Georgia game with Minnesota and Green Bay.
Yes,
a little bit
very similar. Well, yeah, actually similar to Carson Beck. Jordan Love also basically had 2 games worth of stats.
Yeah.
He had the first half where it was just god awful. He had 3 interceptions, maybe. Was it 3? Probably 3.
Yeah, he ended up with 3.
Yeah, and then you've got the second half, all garbage time, where he goes for 389 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Pretty good.
Who picked that one happening?
Yeah, I thought Green Bay was really the side, and that we were picking Green Bay thinking Malik Willis was going to be quarterback.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, little rust to start.
Yeah, which is expected.
But is this more about the Packers or is this more about the Vikings?
Well, I mean,
are the Vikings the truth? Can Sam Darnold take the Vikings to the promised land? Or at least to the NFC title game?
Here's something to consider is the fact that, yes, they won, but it should have been, I mean, it was 28-0. This game ended up 31-29. Like, if anything, it's kind of best of both teams, both worlds for both teams, because now you've got like, right, like you got the Vikings, they still are 4-0, they got their win, but now you get the Packers who are like, okay, yes, we're 2-2, but also like we came back in that game, we proved ourselves in that game.
Is Malik the better fit for the system than Jordan Love?
I mean,
2-0 versus 0-2.
Facts. Yeah,
hot take.
I was about to say.
Yes. Is that a really hot take?
Facts are facts. I mean, look, Jordan Love 0-2, Malik Willis
2-0.
I don't think
I'm just saying.
I've made the joke. We've made the joke, but at the same time, like if we're being realistic, the games in which Malik Willis played were a little bit easier talent.
Whoa, the Titans, top tier.
Well,
did you see what they just did to the Dolphins?
I did.
They destroyed them.
Well,
with Snoop Huntley back there.
yeah. It's that's a good point, but I'd still think that the Eagles and the Vikings might be on a different tier as them. And also, like, yes, that there's also a bit of element of rust there. Like, okay, first off, the first game they're playing in Brazil, it was a tighter game. It was the first game of the season. They're playing the Eagles. There's a lot of factors going on there. They still played a decent game. Then we come back, and he's got major rust. Like, it was bad. It was like, we're not going to sugarcoat it. It was bad.
We're big Love fans, too.
We're big Love fans, and it was bad. And he turned it around and got 389 yards and 4 touchdowns. And also, the Packers defense is somewhat elite because they also turned it around. It was a tale of one quarter and then 3 quarters because
of lockdown. Yeah,
they didn't like Sam Darnold. I was ready to give him NFL MVP in the first half, and
he played well.
They didn't score hardly the rest of the game. They started up 24-0, and what happened?
I mean, it was a nice little revenge game for Aaron Jones coming back home.
Yeah, we called that one.
93 rush yards, 46. Shocked he didn't get into the end zone.
Well, I'm
really
glad,
shocked.
I'm glad I didn't pick that one. Remember, it was part of the prop.
Oh,
the
yeah.
propaganda was, we're just going to go yards. And I said, oh, you're pretty much for a lock for touchdowns. But we're not going to do it. And,
was that like your lock of a top 5 fantasy running back?
Don't worry about it.
Josh Jacobs?
Don't worry about him.
How much did Josh Jacobs go for? Oh, do you not know? Oh, you want to say over under about 55?
I'm very well aware.
It hit the under.
Yeah, well,
Josh Jacobs, did he score?
I didn't pick it.
Oh.
But also,
he is trending towards RB 25 though.
Fun fact, if you guys probably all saw this, but like he's had the most receptions without a touchdown in history.
Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, he's got 200 and something.
He's never scored.
Career receptions.
Has he ever scored a receiving
touchdown?
touchdown?
0 receiving touchdowns. But he has 203 receptions and counting.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, it's a new record. That's why.
That's impressive.
It's a new record, yeah.
Shows the real talent he is.
But anyway, that's enough about that. Game.
From a real barn burner to another one, not the same. 26-24, Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
This was an entertaining game, a little bit back and forth.
It's a classic. The battle of, I don't know what that is. Not the Dirty Birds. That was last week. This one is the, I don't know what this one is.
It's just
classic
NFC
rivalry.
South. Yeah.
I mean, you can expect Tatum Hill running touchdowns in a game like this. Like, it's going to be a bit of a bruiser. And,
I mean, he was more efficient than Bijan.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Bijan's washed.
Well,
Algier way more effective. And if you watch the game, Algier ran hard. Like Bijan did not look that great out of the backfield.
But here's the difference between those two. I'm not here to. You can trash him. I'm not that I'm like the biggest Bijan fan. But here's the facts. It's not even facts. In my opinion of it, it's similar to the situation we talked about in Cincinnati with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. Same with the situation in the Lions with Montgomery and Gibbs. You've got your kind of bruiser, punch you in the face back, and then you've got a little bit of a shiftier kind of speed, kind of spark plug.
I didn't see a lot of anything out of Bijan. I didn't see any spark.
Maybe he just didn't get
any punch.
He didn't get enough. He didn't get the time. Like he didn't have the time.
Oh, the one extra carry that Algier had. You're telling me Bijan was going to take to the crib?
Could have happened.
I don't buy it.
All right.
I actually don't hate Bijan.
Oh.
I just Tyler Algier is actually super underrated. Is really what this is more.
Yeah,
is
for
like
sure.
the Falcons had a running back. They didn't necessarily need Bijan.
No.
Like Algier's perfectly capable of taking that workload.
For sure.
He's done it the last year.
He put him on another team.
Yeah, I think he could be easily an RB1.
The real story here is Cuckoo Kachu.
What a game.
Yeah.
That's elite fantasy kicker. Are you guys pro fantasy kicker? I know a bunch of you are. I see it in my dynasty. Everyone wants to keep the kicker. We're actually talking about going to 2 kickers this year.
I'm all about 2 kick. I don't know about 2
Double
kickers.
kicker.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the double kicker part.
Why? People do 2 QB leagues.
Well,
you play multiple receivers. Why can't you play 2 kickers?
I think 2 QBs and 2 kickers are dumb. I think the same thing about super flex leagues. It's dumb.
Why can't we
'Cause you
have
don't
2
have
kickers?
Well, I guess some teams have 2 quarterbacks, but it's not like it's not like that. Like your second quarterback, if you're gonna run 2 quarterback system, you have to be like, I only get like a third of their points.
What?
I only get a third of the
The saying is what?
Points.
If you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks.
Exactly. So you know what? You have 0 quarterbacks in a 2 QB.
But
league.
2 kickers, you got 2 kickers.
2 kickers you need. Yeah.
Another big fantasy day though.
Yeah, huge fantasy day.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
Baker Mayfield against the Eagles. I know
Baker
we got
was
some
baking.
Eagle fans out there. I wouldn't really look too much into this game.
Oh,
Obviously, injuries, people out. I'm not going to lie, though. Sirianni's game plan, I don't think is very good. I don't know if Sirianni's that good of a
is
coach.
Sirianni out?
I would get rid of him.
Oh no.
Why not give more Barkley?
I agree.
Why not? Only 2 receptions, 84 yards. Like, why are you not doing more?
I'm all with you there. You know how I feel about Saquon.
We knew also the Bucs would be pissed about losing to the Broncos. I mean, that's what it does to you.
Oh, I see. So we're just
It was a revenge tour.
motivational.
Yeah.
So Jets this week?
Jets this week?
Is that what you want?
Is it?
I mean, look, I'm glad that Mike Evans actually got
He got
back on
his
track.
back. He got his touchdown, 94 yards. It was
getting
solid.
a little out of hand with this Godwin stuff. I mean, like, come on, like.
I mean, to be fair,
Let's
though,
get outta here.
PS2 was on him last week, so like he had a tough corner matchup.
That is true.
I mean, look at what
hey,
Garrett Wilson just did against PS2.
I feel you.
No one's doing anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bucks took care of business.
Yeah.
What we thought would be a closer game.
Oh yeah, it was not a close game at all. And honestly, I feel bad because I picked this team. We're talking about the Ravens and the Bills, and I picked Bills here, and I'm like, I don't even know what happened.
What did we learn here? Did we learn more about the Ravens or more about the Bills? Are the Bills not actually that good because they've played pretty soft schedule, and then the first time they actually play a good team, they just get ran out of the building? Literally ran out by Henry?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we looked it up before. We thought it was he set the record for 200-yard.
Turns out he's at 199 yards, though.
That's
unfortunate.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
I think he'll get it back.
Hey,
Curtis
you know who
isn't so
did
sure,
who did have a receiving touchdown? Derrick Henry also had one.
Yeah.
So he's a better receiving back than Josh Jacobs.
Everybody's a better receiving back than Josh Jacobs. So
Yes.
it's literally everybody. But
Justice Hill even had 78 receiving yards and a touchdown.
no, come on.
He did. It wasn't like, oh, it was like a 70-yard catch and run. No, his was like 19 yards.
What do you
So
want
Justice
from me?
Hill.
I was wrong. Josh Jacobs, he's not good.
I would never rub something in your face. I'm just giving factual information to the listeners. That's what they tune in for. If it happens to be me proving a point, so be it. It be like that sometimes.
Look, let's get back to the game at hand here. You know, Derrick Henry ran all over them, and
Josh Allen did nothing.
Josh Allen definitely got concussed too. That was
Yeah,
that was very clear
he took
on
a spill.
camera. And but this could just be a situation of a game thing too. Of like, if they played each other again at in Buffalo, like I think it'd be a different situation. Should it have been this much of a discrepancy? I don't think so. Do the Ravens maybe it was kind of a mixture of like the Ravens offense was just unreal clicking, probably the best they have all year in the first half.
Well, there was no stopping the run, so it literally set up. Lamar didn't even have to do much.
Yeah, and the defense was just
Phenomenal.
The
problem was the Bills got behind by so much that they were like forced into throwing. So now the defense is just sitting back, and you just saw it unfold that way.
Yeah, it was not good. But
I think that leads to like the last game.
Yeah,
Monday night.
Yeah,
Little Lions Seahawks entertaining game.
A little St. Brown, a little Amon-Ra passing
QB1,
touchdown. Yeah,
QB1, Amon-Ra.
I mean, I was gonna say he could take over for Jared Goff, but
Goff also
8 for 18. I mean, that's
perfection.
That's what
chef's kiss.
I mean.
He was cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, really, everyone on the Lions was. Gibbs had 2 touchdowns. Montgomery had a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, if you played Walker this week,
welcome back, Kenneth Walker the third for 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
is that what the third meant?
I think that's for 3 TDs.
Man,
I mean, look,
no more bubbly. We're back to ground and pound Walker.
Yeah, you like that bourbon, man. That's what we were talking about. It'll hit you hard, and it did this week. And I mean, we talked about it. This is just an electric game all around. I mean, it was 42-29. I mean, at the end of the day, but like you had 3 touchdowns from Walker. You had 2 Gibbs and a Montgomery and a St. Brown passing touchdown. Jared Goff
big fantasy
touchdown.
days.
I mean,
phenomenal.
Jared Goff was perfect.
DK Metcalf was this close to a touchdown.
Oh man,
DK looked great.
Yeah,
Geno played well. I mean, this was a really good game. It was just an entertaining game.
Yeah, and
but you know what?
What's that?
It's all in the past.
Okay.
We look forward.
Yeah.
Also, Broncos didn't win again. Just in case you didn't know,
in case you guys were wondering, yeah,
Bo is him. Better than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's really not that hard nowadays,
right? I mean,
clearly there's no chemistry there.
Is there a better defense than the Denver Broncos defense?
No.
Name me one that's like
I don't know
stopping
any.
that. Exactly.
It used to be the Steelers. Look what happened to the Colts carved them up last week. Which
Flacco.
Let me just talk on that for a second.
Oh no.
I need.
Go for it. Go for it.
Look, it was not a good week to be an owner of players associated with Pitts. It just wasn't. And you're thinking, okay, what do you mean? Michael Pittman finally did something. Well, if you're me, you end up having the Steelers defense in fantasy. So you think, oh, the Steelers have just destroyed every team this entire year. So you think, oh, the Indianapolis Colts, like they've sucked all year. They're going to get destroyed. You should sit Michael Pittman because he's only getting single digits every single game. So I decided to sit him. And all of a sudden now the Steelers can't play defense. They have their worst week so far against the Colts. What is happening there?
That is a shame.
And then, speaking of Pitts, how about Pitts himself, the goose egg? And I end up losing my matchup by 5 points because of all this monstrosity that is unfolding. So not a good week for Pitts. And really,
it was not Pity City.
Maybe you just don't want to be associated with Pitts in general.
I mean, no one really likes the armpit that much.
That's just what it is, and that's all I have to say.
The knee pit gets sweaty. Like, there's just not a lot of good things that come from the pits,
No, there's not. But anyway, we moved on. Like we said, we move on.
That's in the past.
That's in the past.
But why not just talk about Pitts a little more? Because Thursday Night Football's Bucks at Falcons.
Yeah.
This is a perfect chance to bounce back for Kyle Pitts.
Anybody got any tight end advice for me? There's not a lot out there these days.
I mean, it's a solid Thursday Night Football game. Bucks at Falcons. What do we think?
I think it's tough because the Falcons really need a win. And
they do. They just got a walk-off win, though.
They did. And I don't know. They're really looking to rebound. And, I mean, the Bucks have already kind of got back on track last week. So it's going to be a good matchup. It's Thursday Night Football, so really anything can happen.
Atlanta's a 1.5-point favorite.
Yeah. So, I mean, who do you have in this matchup?
I like the Bucks.
Yeah?
I think the Bucks are the better all-around team. They just have more weapons. They know how to use their weapons. I think the offense is still trying to click with Cousins. Like, this is still a new system. Like, they're not clicking all the way yet. Obviously, Cuckoo Kachu's locked in, but you really don't want that to be your best player.
No.
So, give me Bucks.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big win by Cuckoo Kachu last week. Do you want to rely on that again? I mean, they're both coming off of like kind of big hangover type wins. This one's a good line. Like, this is Vegas knows what they're talking about. I don't really want any piece of this, but yeah, I'm gonna also go Bucks there. Another big matchup this week: Bengals at Ravens at Bengals. What do we think about these Bengals? They finally got a win.
They did
against Andy Dalton, their rival.
That ex. I don't think this is going to go very well.
No?
No.
It's
The
at
Ravens
Cincinnati.
The Ravens run the ball well. The
Sure do.
Bengals do not stop the run very well.
Oh. That's not a good
Seems
matchup.
tough. This seems like a high-scoring game, though.
I agree.
Over-under set at like 49, so I think there's going to be a lot of points. Baltimore's 2.5-point favorite here on the road. That shows you they're basically like a 5.5-point favorite on a neutral site.
Yeah.
3 for the home team. I think the Ravens win. I just don't see the Bengals doing enough defensively, and I don't think they can pace them offensively either. The offense looked better, but it's not like this Bengals offense has been like phenomenal.
No.
I mean, their touchdown came because Jamar Chase literally bounced off like 5 guys and outran them.
Right.
So I don't think this is going to go well for the Bengals. Ravens are as hot as it gets right now.
No.
So give me the Ravens.
All right. So all that said, yeah, I'm going Bengals here. You know why I'm going Bengals here? Because they're number one.
Because you're a Cincy homer.
I hate Cincinnati, and that's actually a reason I should not be betting
Right.
for them right now. But
You're just trying to get our followers up in the Cincinnati
yeah,
group.
trying to get them get on their good side. No, what I think it is you got the hangover game for the Ravens. They're going to be on the road, and I think finally they have to do something. The Bengals have to get on track, and I don't think 1-4 is going to do it for them. So they're going to be looking to win this week, and I think they're going to actually pull it off somehow, some way. And then people are going to be like, "Oh, the Bengals are back and they're good, and don't panic." And hopefully they will be wrong, and they'll still be like 7, and 10 this year. But I'm going Bengals. Another big game, we got Bills at Texans. Now that's an exciting matchup right there.
I wasn't very impressed with the Texans against the Jaguars, to be honest with you.
They're a little
last week.
lackluster this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Between that, kind of looking lackadaisical, Bills just getting the shit beat out of them. I know they're going on the road to Houston, but I don't think that's a huge favorite though.
No.
I don't think that home field's that big of a difference. Give me the Bills. I think the Bills are what? Bills are a 1-point favorite right now, so
Yeah.
I'd take the Bills here. I think this is a bounce back week for Josh Allen and them.
Look, this dude just talks shit on the Bills and how they don't look good, all this stuff. And then he goes in here and says, "Yeah, Bills are gonna win on the road."
This is the reverse psychology.
I don't understand.
This worked for my Notre Dame bet. It worked for Florida State. It's proven the turnaround.
Maybe, but I think that's tricky.
You're gonna lay money with the Texans?
This is tricky because I think you're totally right, and I want to go Bills here because I like what I kind of almost like it as their year in some weird way. But dude, that loss was brutal. I got a little PTSD from picking the Bills. I think I'm gonna go Texans at home.
All right.
But we also have Cowboys at Steelers.
Well, Sunday night football
action.
That's a historic matchup, actually.
Yes.
What do you think here? I'll let you go first.
All right. So Steelers, the Cowboys, both they're not in shambles, but they're in pieces right now because
what can you explain the difference between
don't worry
shambles
about
and
it.
pieces?
Don't worry about it. Yes. So Steelers just lost to Indianapolis. They lost to Joe Flacco. Flacco's back. Flacco fever is in the house, and the thing is that they've got to get back to where they were, winning their first 3 games defensively. It still hasn't been offensive. You got Calvin Austin, the third out there doing their heavy lifting. So it is not.
Whoa, Pickens looked better.
Okay, actually, you're right. It's actually.
I mean, he did have a fumble.
It is the Pickens show, but I'm just for a fact I'm saying that he's doing.
You're just cherry picking over here.
I am. Wait, hold on. We got a whole new system, guys. There you go.
There we go.
But yeah, so I mean, no, so they got to get shit figured out, and then the Cowboys. I don't need to say much there. Everybody knows what the Cowboys situation is. People jumped off, and then Dak won.
It was a convincing win over the Giants, right?
It's pretty easy to win convincingly over the Giants. So this one's tough for me. It's at Steelers. I think they're gonna get. I think Steelers. I'm picking Steelers here. That's all.
I agree. I think at night too in Pittsburgh, going to Heinz Field. I mean, Pittsburgh's 2.5 point favorite here. I think that's a pretty good line. I don't know if that's a line worth betting necessarily.
Yeah.
I could see this being a runaway.
Right.
Like Pittsburgh could run this over. Dallas's defense just isn't good.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. They're not good. And I don't know if their offense is that good compared to the Pittsburgh defense. I know they're coming off a bad week against Indy, but I think at home, terrible towels. At night, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
On really a very historic rivalry. A lot of Super Bowls between these two. Give me the Steelers.
All right. Yep. I'm totally with you on that one. Of course, Monday Night Football. I don't even know if we really need to talk about this too much. We all know what it is. I mean, it's Saints at Chiefs. I mean, Taylor Swift's going to be in the house.
Is it that easy?
Yes, it is. And, here's the problem, is that the Saints are probably the better team. In fact, they are the better team.
I think they've played better football.
It doesn't matter because look at Patrick Mahomes' stats. His stats are ass. He's literally people have been talking trash on Jalen Hurts this year. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
People are saying he's terrible. If you side by side their stats, exactly the same, except Patrick Mahomes is actually worse. Like slightly, ever so
Dak's
slightly.
been better than Mahomes.
Yeah. But they win games. It doesn't matter. And the thing
do you think they can cover this? This is 5.5 points. They're
brutal.
The favorite by.
Well,
are they 5.5 points better than the Saints?
I
don't see it.
They just know it's going to be that one touchdown.
The non-pass interference call that could go either way.
Exactly. They know how that's going to be. They know the touchdown is the difference, and they're going to get that call.
Are we super excited about Kareem Hunt being back?
I'm all
and looking
in.
electric?
I'm all.
We're back to kicking people.
Look,
we're back.
Whoa.
Oh, we're not?
We're not back on that. No.
The Chiefs are.
No. Well,
they just replaced somebody who, is good for a hit and run and Rashee Rice. Ironically, now he can't run.
Right. A lot of character over there.
They replace character on character. It's like stacking hats on hats, right? Isn't that what they meant?
On hats. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing: is we've talked about this in past episodes. We don't go deep into it, but I mean, review the film. That's all I gotta say. Is look at the film. It's not what it got blown out of proportion. Anyway, he's back. I'm happy to see it, and
he looked electric. He looked fast.
He's gonna be a great fit there, and hopefully.
What do they do at receiver? Do the Chiefs go get a guy? Who's the receiver they trade for? They're going to have to get somebody.
They got to get somebody in there.
Who is it? Devontae, Amari Cooper.
If they
don't have the cap room. Is the Cheetah coming back?
They don't have the cap room for any of those guys.
I think there's a salary cap of $8 million, I think, on Amari, and they have 5.5 available. So I think there could be a way they can maneuver it.
Amari, are you in those talks with the GMs?
Yeah, I do have a good track record. I did break the Dame trade well before it happened. I also did multiple Bucks moves before they happened.
He's referring to basketball for people that have no idea what he's talking about.
Right. I think they get one of them.
You think Devontae?
I don't think they do Devontae.
Who do you think they get?
I think it's Amari. I think Amari makes the most sense financially.
Sense.
I think
he seems like a fit there.
I mean, it'd be intriguing as hell if Tyreek came back. If they could figure out the money somehow and brought Tyreek out.
They won't.
NFL might just give him the pass back. That's what's salary cap.
That's true. I mean, bring Taylor Swift in as play caller. She's probably mad that Travis isn't getting the ball, and
they need to go back to their Cheetah era.
Good.
Also, be a great song for Taylor Swift to come out with. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Give me the points, though, with the Saints. I think Chiefs win, but I don't think it's by 6.
Okay. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Chiefs and points.
We just covered the big games for the week.
Yeah.
You know what's a segment that these NFL listeners aren't used to that's also about big games? Little high school spotlight.
Oh, all right.
You know what we got for us?
What's that?
All right, we got a quarterback.
So hold up.
Okay.
So for the listeners, this is where he highlights the best high school athlete
in football in the nation. Yeah, of the nation.
Yeah, in the nation. So
I go to these schools. I watch the games. I got insight. I mean, these are the guys you're going to be looking at for fantasy come 4 or 5 years down the line.
Right.
This is if you want to win titles and build a dynasty. This is what you have to do.
You got to start now.
And you know where that starts
with? This is
with?
the research that you've been waiting for.
This starts with the captain, the quarterback, Janius Avante Kamir Hall.
Excuse me? What, hold on. Just one player. No, just do one player.
It's one.
Oh.
4 names, 1 player, 1 elite talent.
Oh, man.
Janius Avante Kamir Hall.
J-A-K-H. J-A-K-H, baby.
Jock, as they call him. He's a junior, so we got a couple years. He's not committed yet.
All right. He's got some time.
He's out of Lima, Ohio.
Oh.
You know where Lima, Ohio is?
It's in Ohio?
Yeah, so there's the state boundaries of Ohio.
Yeah.
It falls within there.
Oh.
I don't know where in Ohio, but I know it's within the state lines. He goes to Lima Senior High School is the official name.
Okay.
He is ranked number 1 nationally in passing yards for the year with over 2,800 already this early into the season.
2,800 passing yards. How many games have they played?
They've played 6.
Okay, that's a pretty good average.
Yeah, he's tearing it up. He's averaging about 469 yards a game.
It's not bad. Not bad.
It's decent. He's got 36 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
You know what helps with that?
What's that?
This week against Woodward. Woodward also a high school in Ohio.
Okay.
Big rivals.
Yeah. Huge rivalry game.
But they won 56-0. You know why?
Okay.
Because Janius had 472 passing yards, 8 touchdowns.
Oh,
1
man.
pick. Still good for a 133 QB rating.
You say 8 touchdowns.
8 touchdowns.
How many yards?
472 on 21 completions.
That's pretty
averaging
good.
22 yards per completion. I mean, this kid, Janius Avante Kamir Hall, is going to be a weapon. He's only 5'9", 165, but you want to know the positive, what we're seeing? As a sophomore, he was 5'9", 148. That means this kid's put on 17 pounds of muscle this year. So by next year, he's going to be at least 5'11", 185.
This guy's been hitting the gym.
He's going to be coming out here, flinging it around. This is a guy to be looking out for in Dynasty come 2035.
Big 2035 guy.
Yeah, you heard it here first on Not Another Sports Show.
Wow.
So when we go back 10 years down the road and we look at this film, remember, Janius Avante
Hall.
That's your guy. Kamir
Hall.
Yeah. Don't forget the Kamir Hall.
J-A-K-H, baby.
J-A-K-H.
He's the man.
Lima, Ohio. That is your high school spotlight.
High school spotlight, baby. Man, that is an exciting. See, this is the stuff you're missing out on in this college show. If you're not watching it, and you got to get in on this, baby. And, you know.
These are dynasty players to be looking for, man.
This is research. I mean, this is stuff that you're going to need.
Who else does this deep of diving? Goes to these high schools in Ohio?
No. And I mean, speaking of deep dives, let's pitch to another one of our college segments.
Who's this? Who's that? Yeah. Who's this? Who's that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this is one of my favorite segments.
This is his baby of the segment.
This is a great segment. So every week we highlight a random college, maybe not random, a lesser known college that
some of these are very random
that you just haven't heard of because they just don't get the spotlight that they actually deserve.
But we're giving their shine.
Yeah, we give them their spotlight, and this week we're going to be highlighting Texas A&M.
We know about TAMU.
Oh no, not that. Texas A&M Commerce. You guys,
is that the official banking partner of Texas A&M University?
Actually, no. It is a affiliate school in the Texas A&M system, and yes, they do have a Division I college football team, and they are the Lions.
Roar?
Yeah, they do roar, and they're currently this week they're going to be playing. It's a Lion matchup. It's a Lion battle royale against the Southeastern. What is this? The Southeastern Louisiana State Lions.
So I got a question.
Yes.
Do all the Texas A&M schools and their affiliates, banking partners, whoever,
right,
do they have to play the similar type of opponent every week? Because A&M is playing MIZ,
right,
and they are the Tigers, and you're saying they are playing a Lion. So do they all have to play Cats
They all
this
have to
week?
be feline. Yes, yes, they all have to be feline mascots. That is part of the rule for week 6. So,
interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, little fun fact for you guys: Texas A&M has 11 affiliate schools.
Jesus,
didn't know that, did you? So there is more. There are more than one Texas A&M dash whatever city.
Can they just move players between programs? Is it like a whole minor league system?
Their colors are blue and gold, kind of Michigan. You wouldn't like that.
It's maize. Michigan's maize.
Right.
All
sorry.
right.
True. It's a blue and gold, more like a Notre Dame maybe.
Okay.
Their logo definitely does look like a bank. Is
it like RBC's like logo?
It's a nice, prestigious lion, and then actually the Texas A&M part is like really small, and then underneath it in just bold letters just says Commerce. So it might be Commerce Bank. I'm not sure, but anyway, they are a Division I school out of the Southland Conference. Yeah. Like shout out to the Southland. But I mean, there's some decent schools in this conference. I mean, this is the same one that has such names like like Southeast Louisiana State.
Makes sense.
But no, they had some more basketball schools and that kind of thing. They had here you go. LSU played Nichols. You remember Nichols with the Guggenheim?
The Guggenheim.
They have McNeese State.
Oh yeah.
Stephen F. Austin, good basketball program. So they got some guys out there. But anyway, this week the Battle of the Lions. These are two bad teams. This is
Are they in a recession?
No. No, but it's 0-4 Texas A&M Commerce versus the 1-4 Southeast Louisiana Lions. So it's gonna be it's a shit show out there. And
what's the line?
The line. It's a 6 p.m. game in Strawberry, Hampton.
Oh, hold on.
You know
about
where
67 degrees,
yeah,
clear sky.
67 degrees, clear skies. I don't see a way that Commerce comes out of here alive, to be honest with you.
Are you taking that pick to the bank?
Yeah, I'm taking. Hold on. I'm really working hard this show.
We're trying to see, how interactive we can be.
Yeah, if you guys watched, early on, my very first pick of who's this, who's that was Sacramento State, and they whooped these Commerce guys.
Gave them a little sack tap.
34-0, and they smacked them. So like, there's not a lot of hope here. I'm thinking probably lines looking at like +9.
Give me Commerce on the money line. We're gonna make all the money
going for
here.
the points. I agree. I think we're gonna go money line on Commerce. I mean, that's our featured team. We don't go against the featured team. That's just what it is.
Do you know why we don't? They don't even know about the last feature.
I'll tell you why. Because the last game I told you guys about was Frostburg State, baby. And guess what? We're on heater, baby.
Let's go!
Yeah, I mean, it was another one, 25-24. They pulled out the victory. If you guys didn't see it before, the team before that we picked was Clark Atlanta. Also won by 1 point with a last-second touchdown.
Go.
We're on fire.
That was a step up in class, too.
Yeah,
D2 playing D1?
Both of these were D2s playing D3.
Woo!
And so, or D1s. So, I mean,
pure heater.
Yeah, we're on fire. So I would look to have Texas A&M Commerce really just take money line, but they'll probably win it.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, when we pick this, you should probably also you won't be able to find this bet.
Yeah, just tell us. We'll support the line. Don't worry.
We'll get us your money, and we'll get it in the right place.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's who's that this week.
Man, I think that's a good time to lead into a little betting buffet.
Oh, yes.
This is something from the college segment that also kind of correlates with the NFL.
Yes, and this is a big moment in the show's history because this is the first caller, the first listener to ever appear.
Are you serious? We're doing this?
This is
Oh, man.
Guys, we didn't even plan this. This is just happening right now, but we have our first ever listener. His name is Kevin Patterson.
Coming in live?
Not quite.
Oh.
But he's got his bets for this week, and he's going to, offer his take on what he's got this week for the betting buffet.
This week in college, betting buffet, really a staple of our college show. We have some uppers, we have some downers.
There's been a few E. coli outbreaks. Really, that's mainly been what's been going on, but
that was just last week. It's fine. Everyone
it's
forgot
fine.
about it, but we got a listener coming in live.
Here we
kind
go.
of.
Well, Yeah, here we go. Introducing Kevin Patterson.
Kevin?
Oh, there he is. There he is. Kevin, do you see him?
Oh, see that?
Oh man. We're gonna figure this show out at one point, but here we go. Let's roll it.
All right, so I came up with 5. I did Texas A&M -2.5 mostly because I'm hate betting against Mizzou because I absolutely hate Mizzou.
Whoa.
Boston College was
Whoa.
1.5 at Virginia. I don't think UVA is all that good, and Boston College was actually pretty good. Ole Miss -9 at South Carolina because they're going to be pretty upset that they lost to Kentucky last week.
That does actually hurt.
It's true.
Rutgers over at +7 over Nebraska
Big
because
Rutgers guy.
seems to get up for these games, and with them beating Washington last week, they actually might be good. And then just for the heck of it, Cal at +10.5. That's a really long way for Miami to travel, and Cal's look pretty good this year, so I could see them doing that.
Man, big bets there for Kevin. What do you think of some of these?
I mean, I really don't like the Mizzou take.
No,
I'm
not
on
at
Mizzou
all.
money line. I know they're getting 2.5. I think Mizzou can win this game, especially if A&M has Connor Weigman come back. They've actually been better with the other guy in there. So if Weigman comes back this week, I think he's going to be rusty. I think that's actually a plus for Mizzou. Mizzou coming off the bye, I think it's a time to gather up the troops, get the offense clicking. They've been kind of slow out of the gate, not as many big plays. I don't know about that. Boston College, depends if Castellanos plays. I agree, Virginia's not very good.
Yeah.
Maybe they can win it with their backup in there. They got away with it last week, but I don't know without Castellanos if I want that line. The one obviously I super agree with, Ole Miss versus South Carolina.
Yeah.
I got Ole Miss at -9.
Okay.
I
agree.
I agree with Kevin's
they're
sentiment
gonna be
about
pissed.
they have to be pissed. Also, Ole Miss has to win in style now.
Yeah.
Especially
no,
trying to
there's
get a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Also, when Lane Kiffin loses a game as a 7+ point favorite, the next game he is 4-0 ATS. That's against the spread. Also, since 2019, Lane Kiffin is 10-3-1 against the spread as a road favorite.
Oh.
So really, the Rebels thrive as favorites on the road.
Okay.
So give me Ole Miss there. I think that's probably maybe the strongest bet of the week. I think as far as confidence wise,
Yeah.
I think me and Kevin align pretty
Oh,
strongly
here's
there.
a spicy take, unrelated, not really unrelated. I don't think Lane Kiffin's it. So I'm not going to back that up. I'm just going to say it and then move on.
All right. You know the other one? One of the other ones I have on the bets is Navy Air Force.
Oh, the little military action, little military
little
battle.
war going on.
Okay.
The over 35.5. This is a low number. Now, yes, I'm aware of the statistics. 80% or 85% of military games go under. A lot of them do.
Well, a lot of defense, a lot of scrap out battles,
A lot of strategy,
Right.
But
chess piece match, yeah.
Here, Air Force's offense is kind of like when Charles Lindbergh was out there.
Oh.
They're really not very good. The defense, also just as bad.
Okay.
Their defense is probably as airtight as a hang glider.
Oh.
So, Navy, a lot of torpedoes. That offense is electric. Navy just themselves, the last 3 games, have scored 38+.
Yeah.
Including just a clinic against Memphis, who's a quality team.
Yeah.
Air Force gave up 31 to Wyoming. Wyoming is bad.
Yeah.
We've bet against Wyoming a lot, and teams have covered the over on Wyoming themselves because Wyoming doesn't score anything. And Wyoming won 31-19 last week.
Wait. I thought Josh Allen went to Wyoming.
He did. Their offense
they're
was as
good.
good as what the Bills just did last week.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I think Navy can cover this number by themselves.
Well, I mean, either way, we support our troops here. So
Also,
this is
it's
a
hard
good
for the
game
plane to
watch,
come crashing down into the water.
Well, I don't even know if that one can get a doom, but I'll give you the yeah.
So the last part, this is a little parlay Sunday.
Oh, okay.
3 money line games
Are
here.
there games on Sunday?
They're not.
Oh, okay.
It's Sunday as in a ice
That's
cream
really confusing
Sunday.
from a branding standpoint.
It's
though.
like an
I'm
ice cream
confused.
Sunday,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You've done this before.
Oh wait, was that a joke? Sorry. All right.
God damn it. Give me South Alabama over Arkansas State. Currently minus 168 on the money line. They're a 3.5-point favorite currently. Arkansas State, not that good. South Alabama, I know, just lost to LSU. Not putting stock into that. South Alabama did just the week prior beat Appalachian State, who's a decent team. Also before that, they hung up 87. South Alabama, I think, rolls here. North Carolina State over Wake, minus 215. North Carolina State just got that big win over NIU while at home. Defense found something. I think the offense gained a little more rhythm that game. Wake's not good. Minus 215 on the money line. Give me North Carolina State. Last part of that parlay, San Jose State over Nevada. San Jose State's also at home here. They have arguably one of the top receivers in the country in Nash, leading receiver in yardage. Nevada is just not it.
No.
San Jose State's like a 10-point favorite. Take them on the money line, minus 242. You parlay that together, you get plus 218.
Oh.
I'd put my mortgage on it.
Would
Not
you?
really.
Oh,
but
yeah, I don't know if the way that this betting buffet has been going, guys. I don't think you should be betting any mortgages on it. It's
this parlay, I think, is the one.
This is it. This is it.
This
time?
is it.
I don't know if you should be making any parlay Sundays.
The other football ones are pretty solid.
So when he says football, I think he's meaning football because something he didn't tell you guys, and if you guys did follow the college show, the betting buffets.
It's been up and down. It's like around
if you haven't
500.
been following, it's been doing great.
I mean, I gave out some winners. We
He's
just got to
won
get better.
once or twice. But as far as his soccer bets, his footy bets, I had asked this dude because he's always sending me these like, oh, just cashed another one, just cashed another one. I'm like, well, how much have you made in the last since we've been doing the show, the last 6 weeks?
Yeah.
He finally crunched the
So
numbers.
since September 1, because that was when Euro teams started countries qualifying, getting ready for FIFA for the World Cup, and the Champions League, all those starting back up. Currently plus $900. We've been on.
What's our percentage looking like here?
We're about 87% is what I've hit recently. Now
He's been holding out on us, guys, and I don't think we should be.
I don't want to put that pressure on,
I think this is what we should be.
I don't think these guys want to bet Bundesliga.
Let us know in the chat. Do you guys want to
Serie A?
Do you want to hear?
I don't.
Do you want to hear footy bets instead? Because here's the thing: do you want to make money, or do you just want to?
This is all
make
factual. You
spicy
can check my
football
betting
picks?
accounts. I'm very open. It's been an unreal heater. Maybe we'll throw that in next segment. Maybe we'll give a little footy pick.
Yeah, I mean, let us know. Is that something you guys want to hear?
Right. Do you want to make money? Do you not?
They probably didn't even want to hear these college ones, but let us know. We're trying to gain a following here.
They ask. They ask.
Okay,
in the chats.
all right. Well, that's good. So I mean, that's usually what we do every week is a little betting buffet. We have the propaganda here in the NFL, and I'm thinking, maybe we save that again for next week and maybe move on to maybe our daily fantasy league. This is another special.
Oh.
Yeah, it's another special time because we bring in our second listener.
Our second listener of the show?
Second listener all time on the show, and you guys probably already know his name because you've been listening to him win the daily fantasy challenge week by week. His name is Chester.
Hey!
It's actually Chance.
Oh.
His name is Chance, but he's joining us. Hey, Chance. What's up?
Chance.
Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, Curtis, Brian, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Thanks
Yo.
for having my video, including us all. I think this is an awesome idea, including people into the videos. Be able to make it work. I don't have the best setup here, but working with what I got right now.
You look great.
Yeah, it
Looking
looking great, dude.
Chester 07 in the FanDuel League, coming off a streak of some good luck, not skill, good luck the last 3 weeks. Not really
It's
sure
a little
how it's
skill.
happened,
Being
but
modest.
Humble.
Yeah, I like
Humble
it.
guy.
had some good luck. Rolling into my lineup for this week, I think this is one I feel the most confident in. Oddly,
The
so.
most
Might be
confident.
last, but we're rolling with it. Unless I decide to change. I'm not a host of the show. If I decide I want to change, I might change.
Well,
But
that
here we go.
doesn't seem fair.
Start at the top. I got Brock Purdy. Arizona's coming in. They're at 49ers are at home. Haven't had the best of start of the year. weak defense with the Cardinals. I think Purdy is set up for a big game at home.
I like it.
Stacking that, start off, I'll go in my first receiver, stacking them with Debo. Another player, coming in.
Gotta get
Wasn't
the
sure
stack
if he was
going.
going to play this last week.
No Jawan
Played
Jennings stack this time.
A good
Little
amount of
Debo.
snaps. I think over 70%. I think he's healthy. He's going to be ready to go. And Arizona, I don't think is going to have a match for him. He's going to have a big game. 2 running backs. I got Kenneth Walker and James Cook. I think Kenneth Walker at home against the Giants. They're going to be up. They're going to rely on the run game like they have for the first 4 weeks, whether it's Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker. Walker's utilization this past week was incredible. Looked great. He's got an incredible amount of agility. He can get outside, bust one anytime. I think he's going to have a huge game against the Giants. James Cook on the road at Houston, coming off their worst game in over 40 games. It's the first time they've lost by more than 10 points.
Yeah.
They're going to be fired up on the road against a good Houston team.
I would hope so.
Big James Cook's been utilized well. I think he's going to catch some passes. He could be set up for another couple touchdown game. Rolling into wide receivers, I got Chris Godwin. I think FanDuel has him
Classic.
way too low still. I know they still probably don't know how to price him and Mike Evans, but Godwin's utilization and targets have been crazy. He's produced every game almost at a high level. Into Atlanta, big division game.
Yeah,
Thursday night.
a little bit of what we were talking about.
Playing Thursday night players, but I think Godwin's set up for success just with his utilization and going to get a lot of targets. I think he'll have a good game. Only 7,100 just seems way too low for me.
True.
To me. Then Amari Cooper, another guy.
All right.
Maybe his recent
Sounds like
play hasn't.
Chester and Cujo have similar picks.
Hell yeah.
I
have Amari this week too.
By the way, I looked at your lineup last week, Chester. He was top 5, by the way. He didn't mention that in his opening. He was top 5 again. He won the previous 2 weeks, top 5 this time. So pretty
He's on
impressive.
a heater.
He did follow the same track as you with last week with the Stroud
Nico.
Combo.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's doing another one here.
Inspired a lot, but going into Washington can't stop anybody.
How long is this? We're going to speed this up.
Chance,
Chance, come on now.
Defense just gives up a lot of yards to receivers. I think that bids well for Amari Cooper. He was a one hold call, whatever it was, away from a huge touchdown this last week. I think he could have a big game at Washington. It could be his breakout performance of the year. And then a tight end, rolling with Tyler Conklin again, rolling with the targets.
Little Conklin.
His last few weeks, he's been targeted a lot. Going to Minnesota, they're going to have to keep up with world beater Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson, and they're in a dome this week. They don't have to worry about the weather like last week. I think he's still going to get his targets. Probably going to get better targets this week. And who knows, could get a touchdown. Tight ends this year have been, the big scrapshoot of all. So, at only 5,000, but the guy that's getting almost 10 targets the last 2 games, I'm going to roll with that. And then rolling into flex, I got DJ Moore, another guy, only 6,400 at home. Caleb Williams, maybe his best game so far, yards-wise for sure. He threw the ball a lot, but at home, a revenge game for DJ Moore. Carolina's coming in house. This could be easily one of those games where DJ pops off for 150 and 3 touchdowns. Maybe not.
That's spicy, but also I like it.
But
is that like a flaming hot Cheeto from Chester over
there? Flaming hot. Whew. Sorry, guys. It's the first time trying to do this live stuff, so
I like it.
And talk on the show at the same time.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Only 6,400, so we're going with it. And on defense, I got my boys, the Broncos, Brian Curtis, our guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's go.
They're coming in off 2 wins on the road. A lot of momentum. Defense has played phenomenal. They got Raiders coming in, who offense has been they've splashed a little bit, but I think they've got holes. Probably not no Devontae Adams, so Sertan's going to be knocked down somebody else. Rather than look great on the other side. That front 7 has been incredible. I think they might suffocate Minshew and be all over him. Broncos defense, I think, set up for a big game at home. That's my lineup. Again, we got Purdy, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Deebo Samuel, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, Tyler Conklin, DJ Moore, and the Broncos defense. Let's roll. Hopefully we'll see you at the top again. Thanks, guys.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
What a lineup from Mr. Chester 07. Oh, my goodness. Hey, by the way, thanks again, Chester, for...
we appreciate you. We also do have your mug. We just need the address actually to send you. So
yeah, we'll get your deets.
We'll message us your address.
We'll get you the mug as soon as we can. Let's give our guest a little round of applause, though.
That was great. Love to see it.
We seriously do appreciate you, Chance, coming on the show. And Kevin, of course, we didn't give you a round of applause afterwards,
Yeah.
but that's for you as well. So
Yeah.
thanks, guys, for submitting. And if you guys have your picks, I mean, send them in next week. You can be featured just like this. Get us. You're basically here right in the middle with us.
Right, you're right here.
joining right.
I mean, you can show face if you want to. You can screenshot it, talk over it, like whatever you're comfortable
Yep.
with. Be part of the show.
Yeah, and follow us on all the social media channels.
Please go follow us. Instagram, TikTok,
And
YouTube, subscribe.
soon to be Discord as well, community as well. But yeah, right now,
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah.
We won't judge. Just
no, yeah,
you know what picks not to send.
right. That didn't mean to actually send them now. Like now
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna
no,
actually
no.
send them,
Ah,
but,
shit.
but yeah, so I mean, as far as those messages, like it's gonna be a trial and error of like figuring out how this system works. But this is kind of the format that we're looking to do. So send us your videos on Instagram, DM us. You could tag us. You could post and tag.
Yeah.
That's another way we'll be able to receive it. But if you're sending us those DMs, make sure in the bottom left corner you check keep in chat, and we'll be able to receive those and get you guys featured on the show.
Yeah. Please tell your friends, tell your family. Subscribe to Instagram.
Yeah.
Let's build this following. I mean, this is officially week 1 of the new era.
It is.
And we know you didn't ask for another sports show.
But you got one.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah,